October. We move ahead to what leadership, Nigeria's most foremost Friday newspaper, has in store today, this Friday. And the leading story says reactions as Tinubu urges Amupitan to safeguard electoral integrity. Reactions as Tinubu urges Amupitan match words with actions, group tells president. That story continues on page 4 of the paper. Let's take some excerpts from that leading story. President Bola Tinubu has sworn in Professor Joash Amupitan as chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) with a charge to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's elections and deepen democratic reforms. A week after the Senate confirmed Amupitan's appointment on October 16, following a thorough screening exercise. President Tinubu said the new appointment reflects confidence in Amupitan's capacity to lead one of the country's most critical. Your nomination to this important role and subsequent confirmation by the Senate is a testament to your competence and the confidence reposed and legislative arms of government, the president said. Tinubu noted that Nigeria's democracy has made significant progress in the past 25 years through institutional reforms and innovations, and stressed that continuous improvement of the electoral process was vital to sustaining public trust. In his response, the new INEC chair, Amupitan, declares our electoral integrity not negotiable. It's not as every voter must feel confident that their vote counts. Amupitan, who was sworn in earlier by President Bola Tinubu at the State House on Thursday, said the University of Jos. Well, we'll move over to what group are saying in response to that also. Nigeria's democracy can't afford another electoral setback, as IPAC chair. Meanwhile, the coalition of United Political Parties, CUPP, has expressed doubts about President Bola Tinubu's commitment to guaranteeing the independence of the newly appointed chairman, Amupitan. The CUPP National Coordinator, Peter Ame, a former national chairman of the Inter-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, said the coalition remains skeptical of the president's sincerity in allowing the new INEC henchman to operate free from executive interference. Ame mentioned that government assurances undermine institutional autonomy. These are excerpts from today's leading story on Leadership's Friday newspaper, and which is reactions as Tinubu urges Amupitan to safeguard electoral integrity. Other stories on the cover, atop just beneath the masthead of Friday Leadership, we have transactional leadership holding Africa back, coming from the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike. My father's life was Africa's mirror, marked by struggle, triumph, says Raila Odinga's daughter, Rosemary. And that story is on page 7 of Leadership. My father's life was Africa's mirror, marked by struggle, triumph, says Raila Odinga's daughter, Rosemary. Still on the cover of Leadership Friday, Kwankwaso, our party ready for alliance with Tinubu, Obi orders. Tragedy in Ondo as truck crushes 8 to death. Federal government approves uniform prices for its housing estate units. That story is on page 18 of Leadership Friday. Kanu sacks legal team in terrorism trial. Anti-graft agency recovers 566 billion naira. That's in 2 years. And that takes us to page 3 of the paper, where we have our stand. Today's stand is on personality worship is neither Republican nor nor democratic. Today's stand in Leadership newspaper. Personality worship is neither Republican nor democratic. Is from there we move to the back page of Leadership Friday, where we have conversations with Azu Ishekwene. And today's conversation is on Aparatu and his life coach. Today's conversation with Azu Isiekwene. And a quote from that conversation says, when I picked punch at the vendor's newsstand in Ajegule the next day and found my story on the cover, I ran excitedly past the bus stop where I was supposed to board a downfall. Today's conversation with Azu. Azu Ishehwene is the editor-in-chief of Leadership Media Group. Before we leave the back page, let's visit Ghana Must Go. On the news, Shettima says we can't afford to muzzle journalists. And of course, Ghana Must Go. VP Kashim Shettima, you want to try? Well, that's coming from Ghana Must Go. It's on that note to conclude review of Leadership newspaper this Friday. For more, log into the website of Leadership, www.leadership.ng. We move ahead to the next paper we have on our lineup, and that is Nigerian Tribune. Of course, incidentally, yesterday being the swearing in of the new INEC henchman, Professor Joash Amupitan. The stories in national papers are awash with the story today. And of course, it's no surprise that Nigerian Tribune has the same leading story on the new headsman, INEC. Serve with integrity, Tinubu tells new INEC boss, my leadership beginning of new chapter, Amupitan, once INEC approved commitment to credible election. The story is on page 23 of Nigerian Tribune. Serve with integrity, Tinubu tells new INEC boss. Rest move to strip president of students protest, block highway over killing of 10 in Ondo road accident. However, leadership reported 8. PDP convention, how northern stakeholders adopted Turaki as consensus candidate for chairman. PDP board dismisses Ironwood's allegation on alleged forgery. That story continues on page 23 and 24 of the paper. NEC extends crude theft panel to include solid minerals. And in sports, under 17 World Cup, Flamingos in make or break clash. Under 17 World Cup, Flamingos a make or break clash. And that takes us to the sole story just sitting atop the masthead of Nigerian Tribune. Land ownership, Oyo government tackles federal government, says revoked properties no longer belong to federal government. And with that, we conclude review of frontline line stories on Nigerian Tribune. For more, log into the website of Nigerian Tribune. We move ahead to the next paper on our lineup, and that is Vanguard. Vanguard's leading story today says integrity of our elections non-negotiable. Amupitan, INEC chair, will demonstrate our commitment with Anambra governorship poll. Serve with integrity beyond reproach. Tinubu charges Amupitan. And we have the picture of the new INEC chair being sworn in yesterday at the presidential villa. PDP National Chair Turaki emerges non-consensus candidate. BOT slams Anyanwu's forgery allegation as baseless. Diri has lost legitimacy to continue in office as governor. BOT chair. Labour Party crisis. Usma demands former acting INEC chairman's arrest. Election petition. Opposition parties back Senate on shifting burden of proof to INEC. And in sport, Osimhen worth more than plus 100 coach. We move to the masthead of Vanguard. Stock market capitalization inches towards 100 trillion naira. Anambra Showdown 2025. Oyi Anambra East local government areas boost